It's wonderful to have you here. It's a recycle group, Igor and Andrey, in their studio in Push, uh,
Yes.
Push residency, and I believe you're seeing together the heads for the next exhibition. Yeah, those
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. We are working on the plastic mesh work here in Push. So it's like big studios for the artists that we like.
Okay, so I will base most of the interview on your digital side, on the things you've created as digital. So from the beginning, why have you chosen digital? You've started as analog artist, working with, as you've said, with toothpicks and mesh and many other things. And then you slowly made a transition to digital art. For instance, for the Viennese Biennale, you had blocked content, I believe, an exhibition
Yeah,
with
we did
Igor.
actually digital projects from the beginning. Like the first project that called Recycle, after which we started to be as a group. It was in 2008.
No, 2 years earlier, 2006, it was exhibited in St. Petersburg.
No, but digital works.
It was digital work, like happiness. It's actually digital work.
Yeah,
and like actually we are working with the digital projects, like from really from our first projects.
Oh.
Yeah, like there were even Nokia phones with a keyboard. And we were using MMS. There was no NFTs in 2008, and we were using these Nokias with images. Like people could send an SMS, and there will be a reply in MMS from server with the image. Like there was a project, like there was a concept with a measuring of all the states in units. I mean, happiness or sadness, or doesn't matter which. So you have some points of it. We will try to digitalize like unmaterial things, and that's how we did this like postcards, let's say, that were sent by MMS to the visitors of the exhibition, and then other different.
So it was in 2006.
Yeah, 2006 we started, but 2008 was a real project with MMS and with the phone.
And like a recycle group exists from like 2008, but we like working together much more before. Like it's our background because like we are growing together, and our parents are artists, and we had a great experience to be like an international artist community
since childhood.
Oh, so I didn't know that. I actually thought that your work more like self-made and met much more later in life rather than being friends from childhood. Okay, so you were actually exposed to art from the beginning. It wasn't a surprise to anyone that you've ended up as artists. Okay, that's something I didn't know.
It's a really sweet family story, you know.
Indeed. So you were working on a project when you've actually incorporated SMS into your art, and from the creative standpoint, was it in any way different from what you were doing as analog artist, or it was from the beginning you kind of incorporated digital, technical, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, but actually we started the beginning, like the beginning of our project was linked with the digital medias
always
from the beginning. And that's why for us, like when we create some project, we actually do not really divide it to, oh, this should be only physical or digital, because we like to mix these things from the beginning. So we do sculptures with works with the bas reliefs that has references to the digital world. The same with digital works. We do something that cannot exist physically. That's why you use this media. So it's actually like the palette of the medias that we use in the practice. There was no step when we say like, okay, so now we try digital. It was not like that. It was like when we just decided to do the project like as a recycle. So it was somehow linked to the digital from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And what inspired you to actually start working together in 2008 to form?
Natural. Yeah, it was a very natural process because like we knew each other since a long time, and then we decided to continue like our project as a group, which is named by the first exhibition that we recycled, and so still we keeping these ideas about recycling of art or something like that, and it's still interesting.
And I also read that you have some theme of eco-responsibility, which you try to incorporate into your digital works as eco-responsibility on chain, eco-responsibility on the internet, or no?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like eco-responsibility in the digital world is also an important part. Like not only the physical world should be sustainable, you know, because like the brainwashing machine is also like the ecological thing. And I mean the internet in general, like so many news and people are just seeing so many different things that sometimes they can get mad of it. And this is also like should be ecological, the same as the ecology in general, of course. And yes, it's like the normal process of life. It's like for us, it's like a reincarnation of materials or reincarnations of ideas. It's like a circle, like the important part of life.
I've also read that you've explored bodiless environment when you were doing, I believe, artificial environment, a work called like that. You had an AR augmented reality incorporated into your works.
Yeah, we started augmented reality in 2016 in New York. It was in New York during our exhibition in Richard Tittenger's gallery. And so it was the first try. And then we developed it in several projects, as well as we did the project in Venice, we did a couple projects, and we still like this place where AR works. We did the exhibition that called Blokhin content as well with the AR, and it was like a kind of a political message there when we really blocked people who in those times were in the jail because of the reposts, and we took their profiles and made them digitally, so like visitors could see it in the pavilion of Russia, which was blocked in 2007. And there was a problem already with liberty then. And we continued to use this media in different ways. So there was a virtual intervention project. We did a project in Pompidou Museum in Paris, where the idea was like how what would see and what would recognize AI. It was in 2018. Yes, it was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no AI yet. And like in general, it was like different developments, but still. And we were like inspired about the idea of AI. And we were thinking like a funny algorithm which comes to the museum, what it will see, how it will react, with what it will compare this works on the walls in the museum, etc. So we somehow did like a pilot project in the Pompidou, which was kind of fun for us. So it's called the pilot project.
Yeah, it was probably in augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
There is a technology, you can take like any image and use it like a trigger. to put your augmented reality on it. And doesn't matter what is this. Like it can be a painting, it can be a sculpture, it can be like a wall with sign. I mean, and
or even GPS.
we put our augmented reality works on the top of the collection in Pompidou.
Oh, yeah, because I've seen the references to that particular exhibition, but I couldn't understand how does it work. You actually made some kind of analog art. So you've took the actual collection of the Centre Pompidou and incorporated augmented reality on top of some of those pieces. Okay, and those were done through your app, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
There is like a two technology with GPS coordinate, and you can put like any big piece anywhere around the world. And we did it in Venice Biennale in 2000.
Also 17.
Yeah. It was like a big project around Venice.
Which is based on GPS.
Yeah.
Like, so there is just a range around 10 meters, but still when you walk, even like 5. But when you walk, it can trigger the works on the particular places. And it's linked only with the GPS markers, not with a image, like not with a JPEG or something like that. And so we combined these two technologies in the app, like in 2017. So we still have it and we still use it actually. Now we are doing some update actually.
Oh, so the app only works when you are participating in some kind of exhibition. It doesn't work separately.
It works always.
It works always in the App Store. You can download it, or in the Google account. But the thing is that you should be on this particular place to see the works. So if you are walking in Venice, you still can see these works.
Oh, okay. So if you're walking in Venice or, for instance, in some Centre Pompidou, you can still see the works?
Yes, but the Centre Pompidou thing is that they've changed a bit, not all, but the collection. That's why some of the triggers could not work anymore because of the display.
Oh, okay. And so how was your experience with AI? Do you see any threats there? Because right now it's like a hype, everyone is talking about it, whether we will all die at the end. Well, we will eventually.
But so we started in 2020. We started to develop the AI, the real one. We had exhibition, like it was immersive installation when visitors called a new nature. When visitors could register with their account in Facebook, for example, and then get access to the room, which gives you personal video content with images like what is like a future fortune, let's say, which says you like it shows you the best scenario or the worst scenario of your life, and it's in a bit caricaturistic way. Sometimes there is a funny images like memes,
like predictions,
yes, that appears together with some of your photos, and mixed on your, which are mixed on based on your interests in the social media, and it gives you like a personal 30-second video content, like a slideshow, like emotional slideshow.
You can choose like between two scenarios.
Yeah,
like a bad one and good one.
yeah, the worst and the best, like a hell and the heaven.
Yeah, and you can see what can happen directly with you, like prediction, like a personal prediction.
Okay, so you're actually, and you can still do it with the app or no? While
it's not with the app. We did it for this exhibition, but then
through the web.
It's the web interface.
It's
like,
still on the web interface.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And then what? Then we started to do our physical sculptures, like bas reliefs, that we showed in London and Paris this year, which were generated by AI. The images that we used for our technique for the bas reliefs were generated on AI based on our prompts. And then we a bit worked on top of this image to prepare it in our like technical and visual necessities. And then it's bas reliefs that shows like the paradise scenes, how AI imagines the paradise, kind of, based on the prompts.
Like without government, without any
without
war, like this.
Yeah, it's kind of an idealistic thing that like how AI could imagine our better world.
Like utopia.
Yeah, like utopia, where it replace the government, replace the ego from the politics, and just gives like you an algorithm, like a technical thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good because there is no place for show business in this. I mean, not show business, like more about the ego positions of dictators, etc. So that's why we decided to maybe kind of have an idea how to improve our life with a new AI, like which will develop quite fast and it will be better than anyone. And so there was an idealistic idea, and we're still showing this works. So they are on view in Paris now.
And those sleeves, they're actually different in color. They do seem quite well. Indeed, they don't move eventually, but they're different in color because from what I've seen as physical works, they're a bit gloomy and dark, and on the web they appear to be just fascinatingly beautiful. No?
No, it's light behind actually. This is like a plastic, like polycarbonate, which but yeah, we have here one work, but it's but this is like the same technology, but it was not generated by AI, but it's the same actually. And they are colored. There is a light behind, so you couldn't see anything when you see directly because you can see on the light spot. But to see the real relief of the work, you should move around to see the panoramic photos. Otherwise, yeah, I think I got anyway. It will be in the record, and I think it's better to send you a video from there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, but yes, I've seen them in, I believe in some shadowy place, so it wasn't quite obvious that they can transmit light. Oh, okay. And you've actually, I believe, with that work in particular, and with the AR in New York, you've exhibited quite oftenly in public spaces with the Venice Biennale. Is there, in your opinion, any positive effect of digital art as being exhibited in public spaces? It's easier, maybe it's, I don't know, context-wise.
It gives you freedom. It gives you freedom because like you can exhibit whatever you want. I mean, there is no rulers with physics. There is no rulers with the government. There is no rulers with nothing. So we can place the works, and no one can be against it. Like no one will do nothing.
No, but you have to actually, or no, I'm not sure. You have to have a permission to exhibit. No?
Depends. Depends.
Okay.
Actually, that's the trick.
But usually no. It depends.
That's why we start to use it, because it's like a kind of pirate way to get into like wherever you want.
Okay.
Like, you want to be exhibited like in okay, go ahead. And this kind of free things that we have right now.
And the security is even like what they can do. Like people are looking to their phones.
Yeah.
And with the AR, it's okay, but what they breaking, which will flow.
Oh, okay. So because that wasn't actually obvious for me, I've seen that you participated in New York Digital Art Month and so
No,
on.
No, this one was official. I mean.
No, there are different mix of official and unofficial projects. Like in Venice, they're all official as well.
Yeah.
But it depends like how you want to implement this media. So it can be in any ways. Also, we participated here, like in Paris, in Louis Blanche project, where there also was a part of the project when you see the AR works in the sky. But sometimes it's official, sometimes unofficial. So there is no there. It's more free than you can imagine.
Okay, so being an artist working in an online space, and for instance, as you have an AR, you have an app, it gives you more freedom as a basis.
I think so.
And
If you are using like your own application, because if you are going into the web platform, on social media like Instagram or whatever, you need to get access into the rules.
okay. So basically, you have to have your own application to get that being
It's
an artist.
better, but it's still possible with Instagram, and it's a bit. It's like getting
Less
better,
possibilities.
but there is much less options that you can implement
options,
in the application, because like application, you can upload there more well quality done works than for the Instagram, because they have a very small capacity of memory and everything that they give
like
you.
many technical small things, like you can't put it on GPS coordinate, or like you can't use like a 3D trigger for your augmented reality.
But they will improve, I think, this.
Okay, and taking into account that you've actually worked with online and offline spaces, because you've been exhibited in Paris galleries, in around the world, I believe, in London also, and in many other places. Is there any, well, maybe preferabilities, or do you see any difference in being exhibited as a traditional artist, as an analog artist, or as a digital artist, or is it just different for you?
I think we do not split. We do not split it in the media, so we cannot say like, oh, now I'm here a digital artist. Oh no, I'm like an analog artist, very classic now. It's like kind of strange. Like you do not saying like, you do not put you like any stamps on you saying like I'm doing this or that. You know? Yeah, you just do whatever you want. So if people want to catch your work, so you just show the options, how people could get access, like either in a gallery or in a museum or in the application. It's like just show the way. If people want, they see, and you do not saying like, oh, I'm digital.
Yeah, I don't need to like make a step like I'm only in one media artist.
Yeah, for us, but there's different artists saying different things. But like for us personally, it doesn't work like one media artist.
Okay.
Different ideas need a different medias. Realization, actually.
So for you, it kind of incorporates the both. And in terms of a bit of topic, I believe, as many NFT artists, they are part of some kind of community. You are not quite an NFT artist, as far as I can understand. So you've done some NFTs, but practically you incorporate digital into your work and or digital.
No, we showed some NFTs on the platforms on Various Art, in the project with Artsy, in the project Various Art did a certificate. I mean, super rare. Yeah, with the super rare, with the Artsy. and many different, not many, but two actually, and the third one, which was the open sea. We did one test thing, but it was still like I think kind of a community, but not a community as it's more like a how it goes marketplace or what.
Mm-hmm. So, in your opinion, it's not that big for an artist.
I mean, it's just one of the options.
Okay.
You need to
No, it's good.
get deep just in one thing.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You need to think more wild, and
Why?
wild.
And actually these platforms are good, like people are buying NFTs, and it's also part of the community, I think. Like super rare, there's a kind of a strict community that choose you. It's kind of an artsy as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much. And the last question for me, it's more of a elaboration on everything. So you've quite a renowned artist. You've been to Vienna's Biennale. You've exhibited in many places. Maybe you can share some wisdom on what is important for an artist. What is important for? It's just you just do.
So it's so, you know, like all the artists have different opinions and different point of views, and if something is important for us, maybe absolutely not important for the other artists. So I'm not sure that there exists any advice except of like simple things, like
Pretty simple advice.
which
Working every day, good food in a time, and good sleep.
Okay.
That's enough.
it's just for all the people normally. No, actually, yeah, there is no any particular guideline how artists can develop career, and we may be not the best example of doing like, I don't know, like any kind of this medias that we work, or like someone would like it, someone not, but it's very personal. Like all the artists are different, and like here we have like 250 artists in this quarter, and I'm pretty sure that there is no same rules for each person saying like, oh, which media is better. Everyone has a personality.
Okay.
So personal.
So hard work and will be like the best.
You need just to enjoy of your work.
Yeah, of course. You need to like what you do.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, well, that's important. That's important for everyone, no matter what. Yeah, whether you're an artist or anyone else. It's
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Best advice always very simple, you know.
yeah, sure.
But
Well,
actually, it's like very difficult to stay on these rules. I mean, just
To have a good sleep.
to have a good sleep every day, you know, and working every day. It's like a difficult thing, you know.
But not every day, you know. You should have a weekend.
yeah, well, technically you're artist, so you don't go to you're not prompt to go to office, so you can go there or not go. You gotta stay organized, I guess.
No, I think that we are sometimes better organized because so we have a studio, we are coming here and we're really working here. If we are not in studio, we are working with laptops at home. And actually it's also important to switch the image, like the picture around you, like to go to some place, like is it a studio for someone or office or doesn't matter, just to switch the brain a bit. And it also helps the creativity, let's say.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your interview. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.